What's up, guys? This is the Gospel according to Mark with a C. He is I, and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. Thank you for joining me once again, my friends. I hope all is well with you. Now, guys, we've had a lot of very exciting announcements that came out of San Diego Comic-Con in the last couple of days. Perhaps none are bigger than the announcement that Robert Downey Jr. is returning to the MCU, but he is not returning to the role that we know him and love him from, which would be the role of Iron Man in the Avengers. No, he's going to be returning as Dr. Doom in the upcoming Fantastic Four project. Now, guys, you know that Robert Downey Jr., the character of Iron Man, Tony Stark, passed away in Avengers Endgame. And it was a big to-do. It was very emotional. I love you 3000, you know, all of that stuff. And it was considered a send-off to that character. There's been some teasing going on for a while that he was going to return, but nobody thought that he would return as a completely different character. Now, the question is it a completely different character, or is it some type of variation from the multiverse of the Tony Stark Iron Man character that is going to be inhabiting the Doctor Doom character? Now, a lot of people have pointed out that this was a story in one of the comics. I didn't read this. I got out of the comics, guys. Honestly, I got out of the comics because of multiverses and infinite Earths and all of that stuff. I don't like that whole concept, because with that concept comes like no stakes whatsoever. There's no urgency in the stories that they tell, because you could just conveniently say, oh, that's on another Earth somewhere. It doesn't really matter in the real world, you know? Now, I know that it's comics, it's not a real world anyway, but I like for these stories to kind of follow one main timeline. You know, I don't like this convenient out that they have where you could do whatever you want because it's a multiverse or it's an infinite Earth or a different dimension or something like that. I always felt that it was cheap. But anyway, that's kind of the prevalent thought, that this is what it's going to be. Tony Stark from a different multiverse or universe is going to be Dr. Doom in that universe. Now, I've seen something on Force.com that kind of speaks to the contrary here, and I want to share it with you guys because really at this point, I don't know what to believe. Okay, so the headline for this on Forbes.com is Robert Downey Jr.'s casting as Dr. Doom sparks backlash from fans. And of course, I mean, to me, when I see it, the only thing that I think of is stunt casting. Like, of all of the capable, powerful actors out there that could be inhabiting this role, why would you go back? Why would you go to Robert Downey Jr., who is so closely and faithfully associated with Iron Man, Tony Stark, to do this? Why would you do that? Unless it is from the multiverse or something, which means that I'm really not interested in that. But why, right? So anyway, there's a backlash, and I do think it's appropriate. And I'm going to read a little bit of it here. It says, Doom is considered to be one of the most iconic villains in Marvel history, and comic book fans have been waiting for the character to be introduced to the big screen. MCU fans have also been waiting for the return of Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, but the announcement of Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom took the fandom by surprise. Now, see, this is also, I got to say, this is also part of my frustration with the Fantastic Four, because I've been waiting for this for so long. I want to see the definitive, faithful version of the Fantastic Four, and the news hasn't been good, although these are, no one can deny, these are talented actors, all right? The first red flag that I got was Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. He's just not that, okay? He's a great actor. He is. But not only is he overexposed, but I feel that he is not Reed Richards material. He's not making me believe. Like, that's not the Reed Richards that I grew up with, right? So that's one thing that you have to kind of overlook in order to get into this project. But now, Robert Downey Jr., of all people, once again, a very, very talented, powerful actor, coming in as Dr. Doom in the very same MCU. This is not the same as Chris Evans when he played Johnny Storm before the MCU and then went on to play Captain America. This is the same MCU, the same universe that he played Iron Man, Tony Stark in, now coming back, same face, coming back to play Dr. Doom. I just can't see that, guys. I just can't, right? But anyway, it goes on to say, and this is the part that I find interesting, like Tony Stark, Doom is an eccentric, charismatic genius with a huge ego. But the good doctor is meant to be a unique individual, not just another version of Iron Man. Somewhat confusingly, Downey Jr. is not playing Doom as a twisted multiverse variant of Tony Stark. He is Victor Von Doom, the character-accurate character, a brand new addition to the MCU. Okay, now I'm going to need you guys to marinate in this because there are a lot of people doing a lot of finger wagging on X and social media, and they're trying to shame the rest of us into just waiting to see what they do with this variant character, right? This is the hill that they're dying on. Now, I don't know where they're getting their material. I don't know what the source is for this theory that he is going to be part of the multiverse and he's going to be a spinoff off of this comic run that I never read. But right here on Forbes.com, and I'm wondering where they get their scoop from, it says, somewhat confusingly, Downey Jr. is not playing Doom as a twisted multiverse variant of Tony Stark. He is Victor Von Doom, the character-accurate character. The comic accurate character, a brand new addition to the MCU. He is playing that character. He is not playing any version of Tony Stark. He is exclusively playing Victor Von Doom. That is what he's playing. Okay, so if this is to be believed, then all of a sudden, right, it just deads. All of that talk about a multiverse or a variant or anything like that. This is him playing it straight. Of course, I believe this movie is going to be set in the 60s, right? So, you know, it's not following the same timeline where you had Tony Stark and there's going to be some major reveal that he's Victor Von Doom. It's not going to go that way, according to this. All right. So in order to clear this up in my mind, what I want you to do in the comment section is let me know what you might have heard, guys. Have you heard from a reliable source that this is going to be indeed a multiverse situation, a variant situation, in which case I am not interested whatsoever. All I want is my definitive Fantastic Four. I want Victor Von Doom. I want my Reed Richards. I want my Sue Storm. I want my Ben Grimm. I want my Johnny Storm. This is what I want. Okay. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. The MCU has been around for a while now. This is what I want. I want that definitive version of that. I'm tired of playing around with all of the other versions. Johnny Storm is black and all of this stuff. You know, just for once, let's do this the way it's supposed to be. Now, assuming that that's what's going to happen, is it just stunt casting? Is it the cheap way out? Is it a gimmick to go with Robert Downey Jr. of all people? There are so many others that I could have thought of that could have done Victor Von Doom, Dr. Doom, a lot better than this. All right, but this is what we're getting. I think that it's the cheap way out. I think it's the gimmicky way out. But you guys can get in the comment section and let me know how you feel about the news so far. Of course, this is a developing story, so maybe this is not the case. But I just wanted to tell you what I saw out here. As always, you can comment, you can like, you can share, you can subscribe. Thank you guys for listening. If you want to donate to the channel, there's always a super thanks feature on each and every one of my videos. I do thank you. All right, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on. Woof. Woof.